Good morning and welcome everybody to today's webinar. My name is Mike Lugo. I'm with the technical support team here at Bolide. Today we'll be going over one of our smart home with Bolide BN-VDB2 doorbells. I want to thank everybody for joining me this morning. Let's get started. So, quick background on Bolide. We are a CCTV manufacturer company. We've been around for about 30 years. We have offices all over the world in Barcelona, Dubai, El Salvador, Colombia, Mexico, and our headquarters here in San Dimas, California. I want to remind everybody, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I will get around to them as they come in. So today, like I said, we'll be going over our smart video doorbell. The model number for you guys, if you're taking notes, is BN-VDB2, and this is our smart doorbell. We'll be going over some key features of the camera. We're going over key components, what's in the box, connectivity, step-by-step setup, and how to get it integrated into the app, and finally, how to add it to the NVR. So, quick specs on it really quick. This is a 5-megapixel camera. It has a SD card slot. It will take up to 1 terabyte. Has Wi-Fi, and it's 2.4 and 5 gig. It has an alarm output connection. This is our second version. First version didn't have it. This version does have it, and we do have some AI features with it. Human detection, package detection, and loitering detection. So what's in the box? In the box, of course, you get the camera. You get 3 different mounting options. One has slightly to the right, slightly to the left, and one has a slight downward angle. We get a chime, a digital chime. We also get the accessories you'll need to connect it to an existing doorbell that you have in your home. And of course, we get the user manual. That being said, let's take a look at the camera. Let's take a look at the back first. So let's look at all the connectors and everything we have in the back. If you look on the left-hand side, you're going to have a PoE port, RJ45. A reset button below that. As I mentioned, there is an SD card slot, and it will take up to 1 terabyte. There's a power connector. The power is AC and DC both, 8 to 24 volts. And you'll see there that we have an alarm out with the common and normally open, normally closed below that. Let's take a look at the front. The front, you'll see we have the camera. We have the built-in mic. We have the doorbell button below that. And then at the bottom of the camera, there is a light. It's hard to see in the image. There's a light and a speaker below at the bottom of the camera. So what do we need to get this thing going? First thing we need to do is plug our camera into the network, and we need to power it up. Either we use a PoE switch or we can power it through the power terminals. Once we get that powered up and the camera's running, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our iPack NX search tool. You can get that from bolideco.com. Those of you who are familiar with the product are familiar with the iPack search tool, and I'm going to open that now. So let me go ahead and open this guy up. And we are going to search. And there is my camera here. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. It's going to open up my browser. I'm going to enter my username and password. Admin, and admin is always our default username and password. I'm going to go ahead and log in. And since we're at the login screen, I'm going to go ahead and just go through some of these buttons and some of these functions that are on this login screen. You'll see here, this first button we see here is for full screen. Next to that, we have capture. If you want to take a snapshot and you're looking at the camera through this browser, be able to do that. This is to enable the audio, to enable the light on the camera. It does come equipped with a siren. This is to turn the siren on. If you want to add any tags for playback. Privacy mode, this will black out the image so you can't see it. If somebody's watching it on a browser and someone walks by, you don't want them to see it. And as I mentioned, we do have our new, we can open doors with our camera now. And this is real simple button, open, close. Pretty simple to use. And I'm just going to go through some of these headers up here. Playback's pretty easy, just like some of our cameras and our NVRs. We're going to select the date. You'll see that these dates have a line under it. The 29th has a line saying I have recording for this day. After that, I can hit search. You'll see that I have a timeline appear. I hit play. And there's my video from last night. I see I already have some AI. This was me earlier. I can click on my events and see what's going on, see some playback. Again, let me just go through some of these buttons really quick. This is to pause the playback, to stop it, take a snapshot. This is to download, to do backup. If I hit that backup, I'll get a prompt. I can select my files and then start my download. Really easy to do. This is the speed at which I'm playing. Again, audio, turn the audio on, and if I want to add tags to the playback, very simple. So now I'm going to jump into a remote playback settings. We're going to set up the camera, and I'm going to go over most of the settings of the camera, as well as how to set it up, just so you guys are familiar with it. By the time we're done, you'll have a full understanding of how this camera works. So firstly, we'll see some display settings. This is going to allow us to change the name of the camera. This is very similar to all the cameras that we have. We can change the name, we can change the date, we can change the format. We can also move our date around if need be. If it's in, if it's in the image and we just want to get it out of the way, we can do that as well. And we can take those out if we don't want to display them. You'll see they disappear. And of course, privacy mode I talked about, I can turn that on and it'll black out my image. Our next menu is image setting. Very important. If you want to change anything in the image, this first here is if you want to leave it in color mode. It will prevent the IRs from turning on. Black and white mode is going to have the IRs turn on constantly. By default, in image mode, the image is going to determine if it's nighttime or if it's daytime, and it'll turn on the IRs or turn them off. And of course, if you just want to set a schedule to it, you can do that as well. IR sensitivity. This is going to just tell the camera how much light it needs or doesn't need before the IRs turn on or turn off. And then by default, smart IR mode is probably the most common. You can set it to manual, and this allows you to adjust the beam on the IRs. If you want the more intense or less intense, you can do that as well. Smart IR is probably the most popular. Then we have some more settings down here. Exposure compensation. So WDR, which is wide dynamic range. Highlight conditions, backlight compensation, and you can turn that off if need be. White balance, shutter, exposure time, and of course 3D noise control. You can leave those all on automatic. You don't really have to mess with those. In certain situations you might need, but there's some weird light conditions, you might need to adjust that, but other than that, you should be fine. Below that, privacy masking. So this is good if you have it on your front door and you want to maybe block out the neighbor's view. You don't want them to be in your image. You're able to do that really easy. You can turn that on, save it, and you'll see that those black borders there will not allow that to be in the image. So turn that off, save it, refresh it, and remove these things here just so it's back to default. And I'm going to save that. And the last in this section is video parameters. This is our record parameters. We can determine what stream we want to record. Of course, you always want to record your main stream because that is the highest resolution. You want to make sure the record is on, pre-record is on if you're doing motion, and then net break, if it does happen to lose connection, it will automatically connect when it does come back on. Mainstream, this is your mainstream settings. Anything you want to adjust on your record stream or your mainstream. Substream is usually your view stream. Anything you want to adjust here as well. Let me go back. And also, if you are using audio, you want to make sure you turn on those audio switches on both mainstream and substream here at the bottom. And then, of course, we can adjust our audio volume from here. Okay. So moving on, storage. This is our record schedule. By default, you're recording 24/7 once you put the SD card into the camera. Of course, if you want to record just motion or record motion and 24/7, you're allowed to do that as well. And it's a very easy, just select your area. This will take it off, and this will add it to my schedule. By default, they are both on. Now, once you got that done, you want to make sure you get the SD card in. You want to make sure you get it formatted. I have a very small SD card in here, just 14 gigs. I don't need something really large just for the webinar, but up to 1 terabyte. You want to make sure you get that in there and formatted. That's where you're ready to record. And that's going to take care of our storage settings here. I'm going to move on to deterrence. Very important. The camera does have a deterrence option. Deterrence option meaning it has a light on it that can either strobe or be steady, right? And this is going to motion. Someone walks up on the door. The camera has a little light, not the IR. This is a white light that'll turn on and illuminate the area below the camera. Set the schedule. There's 2 ways to set it. You can have the table, the good old Monday through Saturday. I'm sorry, Sunday through Saturday, 24/7 thing here, or you can do it as list type. And as I mentioned, it also has a siren, and it works the same way. There's a couple different sirens you can have. Siren 1, Siren 2, or you can use a user-defined siren as well. You can import a MP3 or WAV file and have your own siren come out of the camera. And of course, this disarming button will disarm any of the actions that you have set, meaning emails, privacy mode, push to your phone, or audio or light on the camera. Now, moving on. Events. Very important. I said the camera had a couple of AI functions. Of course, we're all used to our pedestrian detection. It's really easy, but this camera comes with package detection. So I'm going to turn that on now. And I'm going to have someone go out here and set a package. Let me turn it on really quick. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to go to our live really quick. And I'm going to have a package put in front of the camera. So let's give us a second here. Here's our box being delivered. We're going to walk away, and you'll see at the bottom right here, package delivered alarm. Very easy to use. I just turn that on. I set my area where I want it, and you see that I got that notification. Next, I'm going to turn on loitering, and it works the same way. Give me a sec. Let me turn this on. Let me set my area, and then if I go to alarm linkage, here I can set my siren or deterrence, and then I can also set the loitering duration of how I want someone to go. So that's on. I'm going to have someone go stand in front of the camera. And I think I have it set to about 7 seconds. There we go. As you can see on the bottom right hand here, I got my loitering detection alarm. Very easy to use. It's a simple switch. Very user-friendly. Of course, motion detection works as any other motion detection would work. For time's sake, I won't show you how to use those, but they work the same. Very easy to use these 2 functions. And of course, I can set a schedule of when I want these to be on or off, right? If I'm home, I don't really need to have them on, and I'm going to leave for the day, I'm able to turn on one of these functions and see the stuff going on. Okay, moving on. Network settings. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. Once we plug it into the network, right? We already did this. We did our search tool. We've seen that it came up. This is hardwired, right? The next thing we want to do is we want to be able to use this camera wirelessly a lot of times because we have it connected to our existing doorbell. There might not be a Cat5 there or a PoE switch, so we want to be able to use it wirelessly. Very easy to use. I'm going to select my wireless option here. I'm going to make sure it's enabled, make sure DHCP is on, and then I'm going to scan the network. You can see all of my network Wi-Fi's that appeared. I'm going to select one. I'm going to hit OK. I'm not actually going to join because if I join, it's going to cut me off, and I don't want to cut off the camera, but simple join button, and I'm on the network. Now my Wi-Fi is active. Now, before I go into how to add this to your phone, I want to very quickly go over the access control switch here. It's very simple. You select whether you're using normally open or normally closed. You can see there's 2 buttons. And then also I can set the duration of how long I want that door or the lock to be unlocked when I unlock it. I have it set for 3 seconds. It's default. If you want it to be unlocked longer to give the person more time to come in, you're able to do that. or if you want to set less time so it re-engages right away, you're able to do that as well. So once that's set up, now we want to be able to get this onto our phone, right? And start to be able to use it. So you'll see here there is a cloud service option. We need to go here and we need to enable this option. Once enabled, there's a quick privacy statement that we need to apply and read really quick. And then we need to select our region. United States is already selected for me. And then I need to refresh this option here. And it's going to regenerate a QR code, right? Once that's done, and I should have mentioned this earlier, we do need to download the Quick Connect Plus app. That's our new app. That's what works with our phone. We're going to go ahead and we are going to open up our Quick Connect Plus app. And we are going to select the plus on the top right where it says scan QR code. Once that is enabled, it's going to open up your camera. We're going to go to the QR code that we just generated. We're going to scan it and we're going to hit next. Once that is done, you'll see that our camera is now on our live screen and we can go ahead and start to work with the camera through our phone. All right. So now that it's on our phone, I just want to go over some basic things that once it is on your phone that we can do with it. I did go over some of the AI settings in the camera itself, but we're also able to go through these AI settings on our phone in the camera. So you'll see here, if you go down to event settings, once I go to event settings, you'll see that I have my same, oops, let me go back. Event settings, there we go. You see that I have my same options that I had inside the camera. Pedestrian detection first. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in there. And you will see all the settings that I have for pedestrian detection, right? I didn't go over too much of that because it's pretty basic. It just sees a person. It's going to give you a notification. What I did go over was package detection. So turn on my package detection. Again, very simple settings. Make sure it's on. My zone is set. And I can trigger my recording, my schedule, or turn on any deterrents that I want. Next, loitering detection. Again, I went over that. I'm going to turn it on my phone. All my settings are there. Loitering duration, same I went over in the camera itself. And all the basic settings that I have for loitering, right? I can now do it from my phone as well. And lastly, of course, motion detection. Very simple. I just turn it on, make sure it's on. If I want to do pedestrians or all motion, I'm able to do that as well. Let me move on to basic buttons once the camera is enabled, right? And on your phone. So if I select the camera to open it up, you'll see that at the bottom of the camera, I see some buttons there, right? And if I select that arrow right above the speak, it's going to open up a little sidebar of options that I have here. And I'm just going to go over them very quickly. First one, snapshot. Second one's going to be record. The third button is to speak. If I want to use the two-way audio, I'm able to do so. If I want to trigger the alarm or set the light, that's what those buttons there are for. And then there is a voice option, which changes your voice, which is, not really popular, but it does give you a couple of voice changing options if you want to use a different voice other than your own at the camera. And of course, you do see that there also is a playback option to the right there. And I'm going to go to my next slide here, which is playback. Very easy to use. If I go ahead and go to the same, tap on the camera, you'll see my live and my playback there. I'm going to go ahead and select playback, right? And you'll see I have a bunch of different events that are generated, right? And it's very easy. I just click the event I want. So I'm going to go ahead and select this event, and you'll see my playback. Very easy to use, right? Very simple. Next, I'm going to go over. So connecting to the Wi-Fi. Once you do, let's say, for instance, you have the camera set up, hardwired at your front door. You use the Cat5 and you use the PoE. You didn't use an existing doorbell, right? And now you want to use Wi-Fi. So you set it up, but you already turned off the PC. you already have it on your phone and you want to be able to enable the Wi-Fi from your phone, you can do that as well. So really easy to do. I'm going to go select my camera options. And if you look at the camera settings, you'll notice at the bottom here, there's a Wi-Fi configuration. I'm going to tap that. It's going to search really quick. And once it is done, you're going to see that it already found the Wi-Fi that is currently connected to my phone already. So the way it works is I did it on the recorder, or I'm sorry, on the interface of the camera. You've seen that it searched all the Wi-Fis and I selected the one that I want. The way it works on the phone is it's going to connect to the Wi-Fi that your phone is already connected to. Mine's connected to here at the office. I'm going to go ahead and select that, put in my password, and select save. And it's going to tell me that my Wi-Fi is going to connect within 120 seconds. And bam, now I'm set to Wi-Fi. Very easy, couple clicks. There's nothing easier than the way this camera works, right? So next, I've got the camera set up, got everything I configured correctly. Now I want to be able to answer my phone and see what I can do once I answer that phone, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I see someone coming to my door. I see my phone ringing. I'm going to go ahead and answer the phone. There's someone at the door. And at this point, I can select the open door button. You can see here, you sure you want to open the door? Yes, I'm going to select yes. And the lock will disengage. You can see there at the bottom. Oops. You can see there at the bottom that it says open door succeeded and my door is open. Very simple to use, right? One click, door opens up. That easy. Yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much how it is. I have one last thing to show you, and it's very important. It's adding the camera to your NVR. So we got it set up on our phone. We got it configured. We got our AI all ready to go. The last thing that we want to do is get it on our NVR to make sure that it's recording to our NVR, and we have some recordings saved there, right? So what do we need to do? First thing we need to do is open up our iPack search tool. I'm going to look for my NVR. There it is. I'm going to select it and I'm going to log into my NVR. I do see some questions. I'm going to save them for the end because I'm almost done and we'll be able to get those questions answered for you guys. So admin and admin, just to confirm I have that correctly. I'm going to log in. You'll see I have no cameras on my NVR currently. I'm going to go to my remote settings and I'm going to select quick add. This is going to search my network for my cameras. And I'm looking for my BN-VDB2. There it is. I'm going to select it. Add my username and password. Remember, default is admin and admin. I'm going to go ahead and add that. Join successful. Cancel, and we'll give it a few seconds for this status column indicator to turn red. There it is. I'm going to go back to my live view. And there it is. Now my camera is added to my NVR, and I have recordings there as well as my camera itself. That pretty much does it. I do have some questions here. I'm going to go over some of the questions that I have now at this point. If you guys do have more questions, feel free to add them now, and I can answer them. So let's start. Does the camera have face detection? Currently, the camera does not have face detection. The only AI options that we have right now are loitering, package detection, and pedestrian. Yeah, maybe our next firmware update, we may get a face detection, but as of now, we do not have it. Can this be used as a standalone device? Yes, it can be used as a standalone device. The whole process that I went through initially is using it as a standalone device. Yes. I have another one here. Will this work with door access system? So all it has now, this current camera only has a alarm out function, normally open, normally closed. As working for an actual access control, we do have another camera coming out soon that does have Wiegand integration, access control integration. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Does the camera have a battery? The camera does not come equipped with a battery. You do have to power it externally or power it through PoE. Yes. Does the camera record to the cloud? It does not have a cloud. Now, it doesn't have a cloud because usually when there is something in the cloud, you're paying a monthly service. With our cameras, you don't have to do that. The camera has a built-in SD card, so you do it there, right, from the camera's level, and you get to keep that video. You're not paying a monthly service, or you can have it go to the recorder itself, and you have access to that video. Can I use multiple AIs at once? Very good question. You can. Let me go back to the camera so I can show you. Let me log back in here. Admin and admin. Log back in. You can use multiple. The multiple ones that you can use together are going to be package detection. Let me let that turn on, and loitering detection. You can have both of those on at the same time. So, that's pretty good if you have a package at the front door and then you have someone hanging around your front door. So not only is the package there, it got delivered, but someone's hanging around your front door. You want to make sure that, hey, why is this person just hanging around in my front? So the loitering and package detection you can use together. That's a very good option to have. Very good question. Thank you for that. I don't see any more questions. I'm going to keep it open for another minute or two if you guys have any other questions. I hope I covered everything. I don't see any other questions. Again, I want to thank everybody for taking time out of your day and the morning to join us on today's webinar. I hope this is very helpful. This will be on YouTube, loaded to YouTube later on today. So feel free to share it with your customers, share it with your team. If you need to refer back to it, it'll be there for you guys. And again, I want to thank everybody for joining me and have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody.